After taking a day longer than expected due to Friday's heat wave, 2 more teams will be added to the State A Legion tournament field this afternoon. Region 2A semifinal between host Yankton and Brandon Valley, with the winner clinching a spot at state. Everything going BV's way in the first. Matthew Moores with a line shot right to Bradley Skorchevsky, who turns the unassisted double play at first to retire the side. Second inning, it's already 4-0 Brandon Valley when Cole Siegfried pokes one the other way to bring home Thomas Skolton, as Brandon Valley would up their lead to 7-0. Yankton with a chance to get back in it in their half of the inning. Bases loaded. Cole Hupke says enough. One of his 6 strikeouts on the day, and that would keep the bats doing their thing in the third inning. Skolton's up, and this time he knocks it back up the middle. That'll bring home Michael Chevalier to make it 9-0. And a few moments later, Connor Connect is up, and he connects on a single just over the shortstop's glove. Here comes Mr. Haas to score, and it's 10-0 as Jackson Haas just beats the throw in to make it 10-0. Now, the one bright spot for Yankton was at short. Ethan Wishon with a barehanded pick and throw to first. Nice scoop by Moores. Far too few of those highlights, though, for Yankton. It was Hupke's day. He would pitch a complete game, 1-hit shutout, getting the final out in the 5th inning to invoke the mercy rule as Brandon Valley takes it 10-0. Last 2 games, they've scored 20 runs, and turned out the coach had a little bit of a good luck charm he found at the end of the season.
It's a rally raptor. Getting our bats hot. The bats have been hot since the Watertown games. We started to figure things out.
It's definitely a good feeling. You want everything to be right going into the state tournament. Obviously, it's the most important time of the year. Want everything to click. So yeah, definitely feels good that we're going in hot, but still not done yet.
No, they are not, though they were done for the day with that 10-0 victory, again clinching their spot in the state tournament. In other games in 2A, Harrisburg defeats Sioux Falls West. West eliminated, but they're actually going to play in the Central Regional because they're the host and they automatically get a spot to play in that tournament. So despite not making the state tournament, they'll play in the Midwest Regional. And in the late game tonight, Yankton defeats Harrisburg 6-3 to advance to the region championship tomorrow. They also qualify for state. Harrisburg, with the loss, will host the wild card game against Brookings for the final spot in the state tournament on Tuesday. In Region 1A, this is the championship in Watertown. Again, both teams are already in. Right now, it's just for seeding at this point. Renner takes out Watertown 7-4. And in Region 3A in Pierre, it's Post 22, the likely favorite for the state tournament, with a 7-2 victory. And also at the State Little League tournament in Rapid City, Brandon Valley stays alive with a 15-5 win over the Capital City team out of Pierre. Capital City is eliminated. Brandon Valley heads to the championship game tomorrow against Canyon Lake, though they'll have to win twice, with Canyon Lake undefeated in the double elimination tournament. In the majors, Minnesota trying to salvage a split of a 4-game set with Oakland. First inning, Jorge Polanco goes the other way off Dan Mengden and his marvelous mustache. Seriously, it's a handlebar thing. It's pretty cool, actually. It's 1-0 as Max Kepler comes in to score. Next inning, Kepler in the middle of things as he hits a 3-run homer, his 24th of the year. Now, that was pretty much it for the mustache man. He would be out by the 5th inning. By that point, the A's had cut the Twins' lead in half to 4-2, but they get one back as Ari Adrianza bloops one into right field. This makes it 5-2. However, the Twins' bullpen, which is not exactly playing that well right now, they would give up the lead for a 3rd straight game. Former Twin Chris Herman nearly leaves the yard. Instead, it's an RBI double. Oakland would take a 6-5 lead into the 9th when, for a change, somebody else's bullpen blows up. There's Adrianza off the wall. That's going to go for an RBI triple, which ties the game up at 6 apiece. And even better news with him at third base. 2 batters later, it's Mr. Kepler, who's been doing everything for this team since the break. He gets the walk-off single, and Minnesota gets a huge victory, 7-6. Also doubly big because Cleveland won, so the Twins do keep their lead in the Central. It's 3 games, and they have the Yankees coming to town. The Canaries trying to avoid a 4-game sweep in Sioux City before heading into the All-Star break. X's led 2-1 into the 7th when Burt Reynolds hits one strong, long, and plenty on to tie the game up at 2 apiece. And the Birds, they weren't done yet. Get a couple batters on later in for the All-Star Ale Lago. He bounces it back up the middle. 2 runs come in to score, and the Canaries would take a 5-2 lead. It's the 3rd straight game, actually the 4th straight game they've led in this series. They blew the previous 3 leads, and, well, they do it again. Drew Stankiewicz with a single there. That brought him to within a run after a sac fly ties it. Adam Sasser in the 8th with an RBI single. And Sioux City wins again, 7-5. Birds are swept. They'll be back home after the All-Star break on Wednesday against Kansas City. 150 tennis players from 13 states converged on Sioux Falls this weekend for the As Forest Sanford South Dakota Open, all with their eyes on Sunday and a chance to earn some of the nearly $12,000 in prize money. Men's semifinals this morning. Minnesota junior Jackson Allen facing off against Wichita State's Marius Frosa. He gets the winner right here and goes on to take the semifinal in straight sets, 6-3, 6-4. It would set up a championship that was an all Big Ten affair because in the other semi, Nebraska junior William Gleason serves up an ace on his way to a 7-5, 6-3 win over Floridian Tyler Mercer. Gleason went on to win the title over Allen in 2 sets. Later in the day, the women's final between Missouri State's Anna Alonz and former Augustana number 1 Cornelia Stanishevsky. Cornelia beat a lot of Division I players in her time at Augie, so no surprise to see her doing that. Soft forehand winner right there, and actually that was a soft backhand. Here's the hard forehand. Either way, she got it straight. She won 6-2, 6-2. I don't quite have anything straight right now. Finally, the final round of the final major of the golf season, the British Open. Home crowd advantage for the Irishman, Shane Lowry. Shot of the day, though, from Lee Westwood, chipping blindly on par 3. And he catches the ridge and tracks that one into the cup for a birdie. He shoots a 3 over 74. PGA Championship winner Brooks Koepka grinding through a rough weather day. He gets the birdie on 15. He also shoots a 3 over 74. However, the day belonged to the native Irishman, Lowry, on home soil with an Irish castle in the backdrop on number 15. Calmly sinks the birdie putt, and when you do that, you can let go of a little fist pump. He shoots a 1 over par 72 to capture the Claret Jug, becoming just the 7th player over the last 100 years to win the Open by 6+ shots. You see, he shoots a 15 under for the week, 6 shots ahead of Tommy Fleetwood. Pretty remarkable for a guy who admits he doesn't always fare that well on his native soil.
It's funny, I sometimes struggle to play in front of a home crowd and have done in the past, but I mean, not over the last few days. I played lovely, so it's obviously very nice.
I'm sure it is nice to play lovely. We'll be right back in one moment.